Hello and welcome to another episode of Nova Drift. I'm the Gaudy Jackal. We're going to get straight into it. So last episode we left off on a really poor death with like a construct build. Just like as many constructs as possible type deal. Bastion, Bleed, perfect. And I promised to do another one afterwards because I'm disappointed in myself for having not, honestly. For having died so quickly. And I don't want that to be how I go out. So I'm going to go for Engineer again, and I'm going to try, if I can, and actually be successful this time. I'm definitely going to have problems against Seraph, and I'm going to have problems against like Juggernaut, because those are enemies who destroy everything in an area around them. So what I was thinking, okay, was I'm going to take Bastion. It's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure this build works, and then we're going to work from there. Reflect. Now, I know it's an achievement, so I might like go hunting for it a bit later once I've tried out a few of the other builds. Putting Reflect on my blades, and then when I fire out my blades, they hit things and do lots of damage. So I want to take Elegant Construction right off the bat, because it can be like, I'm not sure when it's going to show up again immediately, but I also really want to take drones, and also Magnitude. This is a great pool to pull from. I'm going to take Elegant Construction though. Increases my Bastion and also increases my Blades. And I need as much as possible because, frankly, the Blades don't deal nearly as much damage as I need them to. And Self-Destruct, absolutely. And then eventually I want Payload. Most of my blades are dead. Okay, that's great. Ooh, you know what would be good is yeah, I just had a really great idea. I'm probably not going to take Velocity, but I'm going to take Targeting. Volatile Shielding with Bastion on these, as well as like Explosive Constructs. I think it's Explosive Constructs. It's Constructs. Oh my god, I cannot talk today. This is terrible. Just take Overseer straight away? Absolutely. Oh my god, this is great. This is going very well straight away. I'm going to have so many constructs. So the way Overseer works is it doubles my base limits. And that means it can be a little bit iffy. Minus Velocity, plus minus Rate of Fire. I'm actually going to take Ally over anything else here. So that means instead of, unfortunately, I don't get like 6 blades straight away. I just get 4. And I mean, I want Shielded Construct straight away, but I kind of want Nanotech Reconstruction, so that all of my constructs regenerate health, and that includes my bleeds. I lost 2 of them. It's really sad. Ooh. What do I want? I kind of want nothing here. Evolution, ally hull strength and ally rate of fire is nice, but do I want double team or drones? Let's take drones. The extra damage and defense is massive, and I feel really uncomfortable taking shielded constructs if I don't already have drones up, because Bastion isn't applied to blades that haven't been launched, so I would just have no shield, and that's a terrifying prospect. So, at least in the early stages, and especially once I take again, can't talk. Names are gone, unfortunately. Sorry. This just the episode. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Once I take, I think it's Focus Fire, I can just sit on nothing, and I don't have to do anything. My drones and allies will do everything for me. I'm not going to do that because that isn't fun, but I could if I wanted to. What I will take, however, is efficiency, and that means when Bastion goes down, it comes back faster. And what I can do with these blades is catch them behind an enemy and then keep spinning and hitting them until they die. And I enjoy that a great deal, especially for big bosses and stuff. And with homing, it's a lot more likely that that happens. Also, my drones make it a lot easier to actually hit the ships that I otherwise wouldn't be able to. I don't like these either, so I'm going to take Double Team. That's the one. Allies now have an additional projectile. I have 3 allies instead of 2 from Overseer. And what am I at? Like 5 drones? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drones. And that'll go up again once I get like Flotilla. And I almost died. That was really bad. Just extremely poor play all around. Evolution. Oh, I can't believe I did that. This enemy, who we had no trouble with in the past when we were running like the charge shot railgun build and we were running the vortex build, is a threat to any form of drone build. It does sizable amounts of damage through all of its projectiles, as well as having a massive HP pool. There we go. I'm way too close to it. Those giant vortex-like things that just keep expanding, and allies have like basically no form of AI when they're just standard allies, so there's nothing I can do. I'm going to take Interceptor here because I would prefer the damage over the Guardians, because I'm going to take defensive drones. So my ally is transformed into an Interceptor. It fires more frequently and it focuses down enemies before it focuses down hazards, and hazards include stuff like mines that enemies drop, or reinforced drones. Hazards include things that enemies drop like mines, and I guess also cargo trades if there's nothing else on the screen. Meteors, or rather, yeah, I guess meteors. Shield durability for my Bastion. Oh wow, that was a secondary boost. That's great. This guy. Oh, my blades, no. On the plus side, my Interceptors can just fly in between everything, so that's nice. They don't take contact damage from celestial bodies, which is amazing, honestly. And I guess maybe not from enemies? And there we go, Ranger. This is the upgrade that comes with Interceptor. So they now stay at a distance instead of constantly advancing on targets, and that's just really great. Let's not go directly inside it here and then die like we did last time. Yeah, it's a good idea. Those are piercing projectiles. I need to be a lot more careful with them. And then I'm going to take Magnitude just because I would like a little bit more bleed damage. I feel like it's a bit weak. Most of the damage that's coming out from Blade right now actually is not from Blade, it's from Bastion. Because one of the beautiful things about applying Blade, and I'm also going to take Evasion, although I do want integrated weaponry. No, I'll take this first. So one of the beautiful things about Bastion is that it does like sizable amounts of damage to enemies, and when it's attached to Blade, all of that damage happens as well. The only thing about attaching it to Blade is, and you have to with Overseer, because you can't utilize non-construct weapons, and if you're like drones all die, and like it could be you might get really unlucky, or maybe you don't have the rerolls because you've used them to get some of the other things like Overseer and Blade. If you don't have Interceptors who like are willing to stay at range, they will die so fast to enemies. And I don't really want Splinter, but I will take Magnetism. Just a nice upgrade, you know. They will die so fast to enemies, your Interceptors, and that's it. Like you're stuck. You don't have another weapon if you didn't take Blade, so you really have to. And then unfortunately that means that while your blades are blocking projectiles, and that's fantastic, Bastion goes down so fast in the later rounds. So what I'm going to be hoping to doing is get a couple of like shield cooldown different things. I thought I took advanced engineering already. No, I didn't. I took the upgrade to my ally. So now I can look at defensive drones, and defensive drones will target... do I want defensive or do I want offensive drones? See, I really like Flotilla anyway, and it's just like it's an extra drone, which is just great. My thrust is abysmal, but that kind of comes with Overseer. And I really like the rampart formation that you can get with defensive drones. So I'm way too close. I don't want to be anywhere near that lance. It's just going to destroy everything. So there are a couple of cool things. Obviously I haven't gone for them here. I've taken chosen to take Interceptors who can like stay at range and evade attacks like every 1.5 seconds, which is just great. It's really nice. The survivability on these, surprisingly enough, is a little bit higher than defensive allies. But you can take Guardian if you want, and Guardian has a couple of really great things that go along with this. I'm going to take probably defensive drones here. So if you take Guardian, they're capable of healing your constructs when they're not firing. So that includes Bastion. And that means like an extra like 50% uptime on your shields. It's phenomenal, especially because once it goes down, you're extremely unprotected, and it's so easy to die. Okay. Mine's turret. I would like a turret, but I'm not going to take it here. I'm going to take nothing. And hull strength. Oh, I made it out, but he died. That's phenomenal. I was going to have so much trouble dealing with the Juggernaut. And a bigger Juggernaut. Phenomenal. Okay. Love it. So yeah, this is a tough enemy for me, because it's going to destroy my Bastion immediately. It does massive amounts of contact damage, as well as having like loads of explosives. And if it like really decides to, it can turn and dash into me, and if it hits me, it will break my Bastion and it will destroy almost all of my drones. Almost guaranteed. As well as the massive HP pool that it has means it's a hard fight. It just takes ages. And I could kind of leave it to my allies and stay really far away, and it sort of is the thematic idea with Overseer, but it's not what I want to do, and it's not what I'm going to do, because that's a waste of my time. And it's really boring. Rip Bastion again. Okay, so I want barrier? Yeah. That way, hopefully, Bastion won't die near as quickly. It's a cool idea, having a weapon that scales with construct mods and shield that works with construct mods, because some of the construct mods are absolutely amazing. And some of the shield mods are great, and when you have like your constructs exploding when they die and your shields discharging violently when they break, you have like absolutely obscene amounts of damage coming out on any time Bastion disappears. So instead of going for like this crazy heavily defensive build, because I already have my drones hitting things and I have my allies hitting things, so I don't need like to move. You can go for things like flash shielding and reduce shield cooldown and just deal like massive amounts of damage on your blades, and it's a really cool idea. I'm going to definitely take Counterpulse, and that'll unlock Flotilla for me so I can get an extra drone. This guy, again, I just killed one of you. Could you just not? Like, for 2 seconds. Not as much of a problem, thankfully, when you have, like, the drone Bastion blade build. I would like to take a turret, and I would like to take mines, but they're manually deployed, and like I said, I'm fine with it. I am. Like, and I know it's like a personal thing, but like the mines I find a little bit kind of to put down. They're cool, and there's some really, really nice upgrades that come with them. Turrets, on the other hand, are great. Turrets you put down and you forget about them for a while, and you put down another one and you forget about it for a while again. And so once I get a few more bits and pieces to do it, like Bastion and some like hull strength stuff, I'm probably going to take that. I'm going to get lasered here if I'm not really careful. And I don't want that to happen. There's Bastion. Okay, let's see. Integrated weaponry. So now, I've never tried Blade with integrated weaponry for my interceptors, so I'm kind of hoping that it works, but maybe it just doesn't, because it's technically a construct. That's a shame. That is one of the really cool things about integrated weaponry. At least it's out of the pool now, so it's not too big a deal, and I won't come up with it. It won't come up again. But integrated weaponry makes your interceptors fire so close to dying. Please no. I still have so much to live for. It makes your interceptors fire your weapon at like as like a secondary weapon for them, so it's got like a reduced fire rate, but it's still really cool, and it's great with the thing that I was kind of hoping to go for last time was like an ally, as in like an interceptor grenade build, so that my allies would be firing grenades and I would be firing grenades and just get the screen absolutely full, and that works with things like what is it called? Burst fire. So if you have burst fire, they'll fire out a 3-round burst. It's really, really cool. But I just like, I find it really hard to be really, really interested in grenade builds. It's a bit low damage compared to a lot of other things, and it fills the screen so fast with a lot of explosions in it. I don't know. It's just not what I would like. I don't enjoy it that much. My interceptors are putting in work here. And that's not to say the grenade builds are bad. Like, some of them are really cool and, like, really, really interesting to watch if you can stomach the explosions. Or eyeball the explosions, I guess. But I just... it's not for me. And I will try it, like, again at some point, absolutely. There's undoubtedly... There's a whole bunch of achievements for this game, and like I said, I'm definitely going to go achievement hunting. But I don't know that I care much for it right now. Not while I still have so much to explore and so many different things to do. And even on like the dev website at the moment, there's like a couple of different mod reworks, things like efficiency and the thrusting systems that all are like going down different mod trees. And he's taking like, Chimeric is taking one mod and turning it like into 6, and that's just so cool. So shield cooldown, and that'll get me volatile shielding as well as flash shielding, hopefully. And I'll like lose, oh god, I think it's like 40%, which is a lot of my shield durability, but I won't actually lose that much shield durability because a lot of my shield durability, so that word a lot in the last few seconds, is coming from my construct mods. And my main issue now is not how long it lasts, it's how long it's down for. There's volatile shielding, which is just nice. I wonder how discharge works with Bastion. Oh, there's a cool idea. Because, like, it's not applied to me. It's applied to my drones and my allies and my blades. So if I fire, will it launch the lightning from my blades and my allies? And if that's the case, then I absolutely need to take that. Like, that is extremely dangerous. No, 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 no. Okay, thank God he died fast. That was terrifying. One of the worst parts about that enemy is that explosions for him can spawn off screen, and that means if you're near the edges of the screen or in the center of it, you can just die. Okay, so I want reflexive shields to see if this works. I don't know if it works. I can't see through the blasts that are going on. And everything died in that fire, so a bit unfortunate, really. It sounded like reflexive shields worked there. But I don't know. I should watch my allies, actually. They would be a better indication of whether or not it works. No, it doesn't look like they do. That's a shame. I was really, really hoping that that would have been a thing, which kind of leads me down the path that maybe... Whew, what a pretty rainbow. I'm already on wave 100. Okay. I know I skipped 12 waves into the start with the modifier, but I didn't think I was this far in. I don't know that I'm ready to fight Seraph. I mean, I don't have a choice, but... like, I can't technically dodge most of these attacks because my drone formation is just too large. So I just have to kind of hope that I don't die. Fortunately, Bastion at the moment has like kind of a low cooldown, and that's really, really nice. Oh my god, no. Okay. Suddenly not so nice, and Bastion is gone. So I'm in a lot of trouble. I gotta move really fast here, and not into him. That would be great. I would enjoy it if I didn't do that. I'm lost. I mean, I know where I am, but it's just like, I feel like I've lost control of my ship right now. Oh, no, okay. This is really bad. I'm in the middle of piercing projectiles. Okay. No, just play safe. Loop once. I'm dead. Oh. Okay, that is unfortunate. Yeah, like I said. So we got challenge mode, hostile universe, and extra reroll, and not a great deal more, although we did get warfare and skirmish, which is great, honestly. It's fantastic for charge builds. And there's one more upgrade or so that I need, and then I'm really, really happy to do a charge build. A new high score. Oh, boys. A 5th. That sucks. Oh man, I was really hoping that that run would go a little bit better. We made it to Seraph, which is great, and we unlocked a new thing in Hostile Universe. So asteroids, comets, and black holes appear more frequently. We've got a 25% experience bonus. And now that I have this, I'm probably looking at turning off enemy territory. There's one more that I want to get after this, which makes bosses harder, so that should be really fun. Mostly because while enemy territory is a 5% boost in experience, the extra 12 waves slightly more than makes up for that, depending on how much experience enemies drop, because not every enemy drops experience. And when I have elite enemies, and when I have hostile universe, so there's more asteroids, comets, when I have danger zones, so the waves advance faster and enemies are in the fray more quickly, as well as the nastier bosses when I get later on, I don't need enemy territory as quickly, and I don't need to be advancing to Seraph as fast as I did, because as you can see with that thing, I wasn't ready to fight Seraph from a build standpoint, and I was like really focusing on what I wanted to do. But the problem with a drone based build is, or rather a construct based build, is there's a lot of different upgrades you kind of need to get all at the same time. Some shield stuff to Bastion so that it doesn't just disappear immediately, especially once you get into the later ones, and once you shield your constructs. You don't have to shield your constructs, it just makes Blade so much stronger. And in fact, you don't even have to take Overseer. I could just go for like a regular weapon and not take Blade at all. And then my interceptors would be able to fire my weapon. And that's really cool if you look at things like Grenade, or if you go for things like Railgun also is a great option with that. There's a few different bits and pieces that are quite cool. I will eventually look at taking like an interceptor build with Torrent, which would be really interesting. See if it fires like periodically, or if it like maintains a big burst of it. Either way, I'm a little bit exhausted. I've done a whole bunch of runs in a row, and I'm going to call it for here for the episode. Plus, I don't want to really mix up the theme too much. I know I swapped last episode between like grenades and a drone build, and for the most part this episode ends up working out as kind of a part 2 for the last one. I'll probably title it as such. So the next episode I'll get to start with something really new, and not just keep going down the drone path and mix it up again just a little bit more. But if you enjoyed everything that I have to offer, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye.